network solutions architect with extensive experience in designing, testing, and documenting complex network security and cloud solutions. Is proficient in using Cisco, Arista, Juniper, Checkpoint, Fortinet, Palo Alto, F5, Vim, and the likes. So he's an IT specialist, and I know as we discussed business analyst, IT is another in thing. There's no list time for anybody to switch career. So welcome, Mr. Femi.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm happy to be here today. I'm happy to see everyone. I'm excited that you all to me to this meeting. So, first and foremost, I want to just encourage us that every speaker that are here today, or all speakers that are here today, they're here to help us. I remember when I started in the UK, when I came from Nigeria, for my master's degree. So I finished, and it was kind of very difficult to get a job. But someone actually introduced me to another person. That's why networking is very, very, very key for this industry. And the person said, IT is the way in the UK. Even though I've actually started my way out in our IT, so I studied wireless networks in University of Queen Mary, University of London. By the way, Oliver Family was a senior network engineer, so I specialize in security cloud solutions as well as solution. And I work for a financial technology company, the headquarters in the UK and in the US, with a lot of branches in the UK. So, how did I start this journey? It hasn't been easy. I will work my way up the ladder, so it's been a long journey. But it was quite challenging first when I initially started. I came to the UK, finished my master's degree, applying for jobs, and it was kind of, a lot of unfortunately, because of lack of experience. People expect you to have experience even though you've never worked in that industry before, especially as a graduate. You're coming out as a graduate, you've never, the only thing you have is your theoretical knowledge. No practical experience, and people expect you to have like 2 years experience, 3 years experience. So it was very, very difficult. And I kept on going. So luckily I had networks of like-minded friends that were able to work together. So we knew about the industry. So we did a little bit of research into the IT market, and we discovered that one thing that can beat experience in the IT market is certification. So we locked ourselves in the room, we paid for our rent, and we determined that within 2 months we are going to get a job. So we locked ourselves in the room. One of my friends was doing software development. I was focused more on networking. Then the other guy was more into IT infrastructure. Then we locked ourselves, we started writing, we started reading, and we wrote certification, we passed the certification. 2 weeks after my certification, I got my first job. My friend got his job, all of us were employed. But I'm here to share my experience with you. I don't want to bring a lot of theories. I'm not here to sell myself. I'm here to help you to get into the industry. If you've been struggling to get into the industry, maybe you've tried so hard and you get frustrated about a lot of unfortunately. In fact, other than a few speakers, but failure is not the opposite of success. Yeah. Failure is part of success. So you want to tell your story by saying, I tried this, it didn't work. But it was a stepping stone for me to get to where the next level I needed to get to at the time. So don't be afraid of, especially when you have passion in this industry, don't be afraid, just keep going, you'll get there. I mean, my sister-in-law is there, she can attest as well. Pastor is here, I'm on Pastor Beji. I remember when he was trying to get into the world of the business analyst. So you always try, but you only need, like I said, I always tell people, because I work with a lot of people, which I advise a lot of people, mentor a lot of people into this space. You just need one yes. You can have 10,000 no's, but you just need one yes. Trust me, if you get into the industry, you can't get out again, because you're going to be moving from one. And the rate at which you move is determined by you. The rate at which you earn cash My brother was talking about 6 figures. 6 figures in IT is very, very easy. Trust me. It's easy, but you need to have strategies. You need to plan. You understand? And IT is a diverse market. You can't just say, I'm going into IT. You don't even understand, or you've not researched, you don't even know what the field you're going. So research is very, very key as well. So I might not be able to go through all the slides, but hopefully during the breakout session, I'll be able to tell you a few stories about myself. How I worked my way up from earning £25,000, even though it was a lot at the time. A friend of mine that said we worked together at a job, he started with £16,000 a year. Then I got a job 2 weeks after, a month after when he got a job, £25,000. Then he resigned. He said he can't. He said, "Femi can't get 25,000, he needs £16,000. He resigned. A month later, he resigned without having a job. He resigned, went back to the table, started reading, applied for a series of jobs. He got a job a month later, £28,000. This guy is a top director in a hedge fund company in the UK, as we speak. And I'm a vice president, I'm network engineer in my company. We have offices around the globe. So I don't know whether. Sorry, I'm not. Is it working?
It's working.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I have limited time here today, but what I want to channel my energies on people that are actually ready, people that want me to go on this journey with them. So, like I told Pastor, it's not enough to just come to a place like this and say, "Oh, you want to do this." You have to be ready. You have to be ready. It's not going to be easy, but your persistency and your determination will get you there. You just need to step your feet into the industry, and I'll tell you, or I can mentor you on how to progress your way up the ladder, but if you're willing, because I'm not going to push you. So the people that are finding very hard to get into industry are usually the graduates. Now, especially in the Black community, the reason why it's very tedious is why if you're coming here for a master's degree, you shouldn't be struggling to get a graduate job, to be honest. If you came here for a master's degree, you should be looking for mid-level kind of experience IT roles. Because to get a graduate job in the UK, even with a master's degree, is very difficult. People here in the UK that's going to be their BSc, there are a lot of people that actually are going for that graduate roles, and there's a lot of steps. They have a lot of sessions, and trust me, it's very, very difficult to get a graduate role. So I wouldn't advise anyone, if you're currently here studying, you're a student, to even start out and say you were going for a graduate role. No, start with a mid-level job. Mid-level kind of entry kind of role, but you can work your way up the ladder. Career switches. So you want to switch careers, maybe you're tired, you're being a project manager, business analyst, or even being all the things that are known in the STEM industry, in the science, technology, engineering, and so on and so forth. But you want to switch into IT. Trust me, it's a lot easier than you think, only if you are ready to put in the work. And mid-level specialist as well. If you're in the industry, if you are in the industry and you're mid-level, entry-level, or let's say mid-level, one of the frustrations you can have is too comfortable in your comfort zone. If you're too comfortable in your comfort zone, you will start growing. And you'll be surprised that somebody that is passionate about this industry will get in and get ahead of you. So don't be too comfortable in your comfort zone. But again, my strategy is to actually help people in this mid-range as well, mid-level roles as well, to be able to advance and actually progress in their career to get to where they need to get to. Whether it's working up the ladder or command the right pay that you want in the industry. Top reason why you want to work in the IT industry. Trust me, this is not just pertaining to the UK market, it's pertaining to the world. Global, even in Nigeria, IT pays fairly well. You can't deny that. Trust me, I was researching, and it's very easy to move serious. Like I decided to book it today, I want to move. I mean, even this week alone, I've made a number of jobs. I've rejected a number of job offers, good offers, 6 figures. but you have to know what you want. IT pays very well. And I was looking at LinkedIn recently, and there's certainly a lot of security jobs in the US, in the UK. In the US, a couple of ones, $500,000. But again, it's not something you just get, you're just hand it. So it's something you have to start. I say start small, think big, and move big. So there are varieties of career opportunities. You know, it's so vast industry. When you hear IT, you know, a lot of people hear IT. A lot of people don't even understand, okay, what are the categories of IT jobs or IT specialties or roles that are available. So it's a vast industry, you know, it's really, really vast. So you have to research into the opportunities that you really want. I'm going to go over that again, but I'm going to be specializing more on this. I'm going to be more specific during the breakout section and helping you to know where you are at the moment. What are your career goals? What do you want to get from this industry if you really have interest in this industry? No shortage of jobs. You know, in the IT market, you know, when they said they were laying people off, and then during COVID and everything like that, that was when the IT market was booming. A lot of people working from home. All the infrastructure that you guys were using was IT that was powering it. So there's no shortage of that. Even when they are laying people off, even when they lay you off, you know, was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago that Google laid a lot of their employees off? People got, I mean, you can easily get a job. There was one time ago, I was working in a company in Canary Wharf, and the company said, oh, they're going to sell the company to another company. I even applied, I applied for the voluntary redundancy. I want to be made redundancy. I collected the redundancy money. I didn't have any job, but I was so sure I was going to get another job. And within a month, I got another job in the financial sector. So easy career growth, work-life balance, like remote working and things like that. And you must be, if you love innovations, you like this industry. I'm not going to go into this in details, but I will probably focus a bit more on this during the breakout session, on how to help you plan your career. To plan from where you currently are, look at your interest, look at your strength, look at what you want to do, and how you progress. Having a career plan in place to say, this is where I want to be in the next 2 years, in the next 3 years, and how do you get there? What are the things you need to put in place? What are the things you need to start doing now to get to where you want to get to? And to be honest, I do this for you to be an IT pro, IT professional. That means work very confident IT professionals. Trust me, you don't need more than 4 to 5 years in this industry. If you're serious. If you're not serious, you can spend 4 years in the first position as an IT analyst. Because a lot of people just get into a job, and this applies to all the careers. A lot of people get into the industry, and when they get into an industry or a career or a role, they get so comfortable and they relax on doing something that's a routine and they enjoy it and they don't progress. So you have to know, you have to work with your plan, basically. Know when it's time to move, when it's time to leave. Basically, don't spend too much time in the company. If it's time for you to move, if your company doesn't align with your career goals, move. And like I said, it's a very, sorry, let me get some water. So like I said, it's a very broad industry. So, but I usually encourage people to start out from here. But when you're starting out from here, you're not targeting the graduate roles. If you're a student here, don't ever go for a graduate role because the chance of you getting a graduate role is like probably 2%. Trust me. I've been to a lot of graduate interviews and, you know, it's so tedious that there are about 5, 6 stages. The people that just graduate like from PSC, and you have to be in a group with them, talk with them, and you know these people are really very intelligent in this, and they're very eloquent and articulate. You know, so the chances of you competing against them, the chance of you competing against them is very, very low. So specialization. So you start out here first, and what this is going to expose you to is going to expose you to understanding the fundamentals. You know, this is where IT come into place. So it will help you to understand the systems management. It helps you understand something around computer infrastructure, network infrastructure, security infrastructures. So you start learning some terminologies. You will do more of a lot of monitoring, support, kind of management kind of responsibility, opening ticket and stuff like that, very basic stuff. But this will expose you to areas of specialization in industry, which is where you're going to. This is your focus. So, and in each of these particular areas, there are lots, they are vast. The software, we've got mobile app developer or development, we've got web development. So we've got a lot of stuff on that software alone. Cybersecurity is a big thing, like I said. You can hear, 1,000 pounds a day if you work as a contractor, if you like to work as a contractor, and then 1,000, 1,500 a day by just being the security specialist. Networks is big. Everything, data is big, like my brother said, it's a big thing. Data is money, but everything rides on the network. So without the network, you can't get anything. So sister was talking about content creation as well. Everything still rides on the network. If the network is not there, the global village is down. Data. So there's a lot of specialty on that data as well. Data analysis, data security, data scientist as well. So data scientist kind of is a very advanced kind of role. And cloud is where the industries are moving to. I work in the financial sector, like I said. A lot of financial technology companies are moving towards the cloud. But the only reason why they're not moving towards the cloud at the moment is because of the cloud is not agnostic, to latency and also cloud, what's it called now? Proprietary vendors. So interoperability of vendors is a big challenge in the cloud. So advanced so automation. I'm actually here at the moment. I'm going here. So I do this, and 50% of this at the moment as part of my current role. But I introduce a lot of automation into it now, because with automation, you can be the go-to person, and you can revolutionize a lot of things in your company. But I can go into more details if you're interested in the area of this. So I can break it down in details. The software, different specialization on that software, on that security, on the networks. So this one is just a quick snapshot of one of the things that can get you started in the IT industry. So basically, this is a Google certification on Coursera. You don't pay for it, but you pay for subscription on Coursera basically to actually be able to enroll for this particular course. But it covers some basic stuff, some basic content to get you started in the industry. Similar to, what I mentioned earlier about, I would rather you start from the IT specialist, IT analyst kind of role. So this will give you an overview of what you can do. Instead of the Google certificate, the entry-level certificate, I'd rather you do this one. The reason why I'd rather you do this one on Coursera is because it covers all the specialty that I've mentioned, all the specialization, area specialization I've mentioned. You can see it covers infrastructure, hardware, software, networking, cybersecurity, and a bit of cloud as well. So this will give you an overview, not the detail, but an overview of different areas, different specialization in the IT space. Then you'll be able to decide which one you want to focus on. So this is some of the some online learning sites, so that you can leverage as well to help your learning journey. So what to expect in the breakout session? Quickly, I've got less than a minute. So I'm going to help you assess your interest. What's your interest is? I'm going to be assessing your interest and actually help you to create the correct path. I'm probably following up if you're really ready to move. Because I'm not going to move. You need to move at my pace. I'm not going to move at your pace, but I'm ready to help you to get to where you need to get to in the IT market. How to increase your earnings rapidly. This one, I can tell you, in a year, I increased my earning by almost 50K. In a year. How I did that, I'm going to be sharing my story with you as well. A lot of us don't know our worth. A lot of people, we negotiate. When we get in a contract, we negotiate. We don't negotiate very well. We don't know our worth. Employer will not tell you what, you will be the one to tell the employer your worth. So they only pay you what you think you want. So I'll be able to teach you how to assess your worth, basically. Loyalty and career goals. Tips on moving up the corporate ladders. And a few other things, basically, which I'm going to be sharing during the breakout session. And I'm going to be sharing my own personal story. how we went from not having a job to working for one of the top companies in the world. Thank you very much.